Welcome back, everyone. I am Psycho Emerald. Today I have another DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys action figure to unbox and review for the channel. And this is a figure I'm particularly excited for because I actually pre-ordered this about 3 weeks ago, and I finally just got it in a few days ago, but I wasn't actually at my house when it got to my house, so I had to wait for a few days to actually get it. And so I just got it yesterday, and it looks awesome. And I've waited until today to open it so I could do a video on the channel. And yeah, as you can tell by the fact that I pre-ordered this and that I've said that I'm excited for it, I'm really excited for this figure. It's the Todd McFarlane design Batman action figure. This thing looks awesome. I've only gotten one other DC Multiverse figure, and it's also a Batman. It's the Detective Comics issue 1000 Batman. I'll link that one up in the corner up there. And I'll probably bring that figure in for some size comparison later on in the video. But yeah, this figure looks really awesome. I was able to pre-order it through Amazon for only $20. The price kind of shot up about a week after I ordered the figure. I pre-ordered it for only 20 bucks, and it went up to like $35 to pre-order it. So I was glad I pre-ordered it when I did. So yeah, let's get into checking out the box first before we actually get this awesome looking figure out of the box. Also, I don't think I've ever actually acknowledged when you see in the reflections all these red lights, it's because there's actually one of my collection shelves behind me is lit by these red string lights. So that's what that is. If you're very confused about why there's always red lights in the background, that's what that is. So yeah, so here's the big window. You can see the figure, ages 12 and up. Todd McFarlane designed, a Batman designed by Todd McFarlane. McFarlane Toys, DC Multiverse, Batman, McFarlane Toys, DC Multiverse. Just kind of a lot of the same stuff. 22 moving parts. McFarlane Toys logo again. And back here we have Batman designed by Todd McFarlane. This says each figure comes with a collectible trading card. We got this awesome artwork, which I'm pretty sure was created specifically for this figure, because it says that the source is just artwork created for Todd McFarlane designed Batman. So collect them all. Here's some of the other ones that come in this wave, I guess, or were recently released. So we have The Flash, Batman, Dark Knights, Metal, we have Robin, Earth 22, we have Arkham Knight Batman, and we have Deathstroke. So yeah, I think that's everything on the box, so let's get this figure out. Okay, so I've got the trusty unboxing knife, so let's find where we need to cut this open to get this very cool looking figure out of the package. Let's see, there's another seal sticker to cut. Another one right there. And this looks like it is ready to get out of the package now. Actually, I should actually take the knife right here and use it to go like this. It's a good trick if you want to open your boxes without damaging them hardly at all. Just take your knife or a credit card or a driver's license or something like that and just lift them up at the edge with it right there. It's very effective. So yeah, here we can get the figure out. There you go. Alright, so we got the figure right here. So let's kind of pop the swords out, which, you know, Batman wouldn't usually have swords, but this particular Todd McFarlane designed version of Batman, he has swords, and that's really cool. So let's get this out. It looks like it's under a little piece of tape, actually. So that's nice. Make sure it doesn't, you know, flop out or anything, but it makes it a little bit difficult to try to get it out. There we go. This epic looking golden batarang. And now the figure, it's got the plastic ties cut. So let's kind of try to pull the figure out of the plastic clamshell now. So we'll get his arms out. It looks like if we just pull like this, it should get his cape out. There we go. I'm very, very excited for this. So we'll just toss the plastic ties aside, toss the plastic clamshell aside, and we will check this figure out. Alright, so this is a really cool looking figure. I'm really liking it. If you look at all the detail on this, like his face sculpt looks awesome. Don't know if you can see that, but that looks really, really cool. Really very detailed up there. His ears up here on his cowl and all that, and very cool. It's got the Bat logo here. It's actually a separate piece from all this. It's kind of on top of the cape instead of being on his chest. Well, it's on his chest, but yeah, it's not part of like his suit. It's part of the cape, so that's cool. He's got these cuffs, these gauntlets on his arms that have like these spikes on it. They're kind of sharp, but not too sharp. So, and down here, I like this yellow Bat logo right there on his belt. Very cool. These look like throwing knives almost on his belt right there. Can't take them off or anything. They're just kind of sculpted in. Then there's these pouches all over his belt. He's got more kind of storage down there, I guess, for all his Batman gadgets. And then his boots. You can see his boots. Very cool looking. Got lots of detail and texture on those as well. And his cape back here. These are actually sheaths for the swords. And yeah, very, very cool. His cape looks really cool. It's kind of folded over, but it doesn't look like it gets much further out if you unfold it. So very cool. Let's check out his articulation. So his head is on a ball, so it looks like it can tilt, it can look down, and it can look up, and it can swivel. His arms, they lift up, and then they go like that. They can bend at the elbow, double elbows. Yeah, bend at the wrist, and it can swivel. So leg articulation, his foot is on a rocker. It can slightly pivot, but not really. Toe can pivot. It can swivel. Double jointed knee can get all the way up. It can also lift up and swivel. Swivel at the shoulder as well. I don't know if I got that. And then can swivel. It's kind of got a crunch and a ball joint there. Alright, so let's check out his accessories. Okay, I got the swords into his hands. Took a little bit of working to try to do it because his hands are not flexible at all. You can't like pull his fingers apart to put the swords in. You got to kind of slide them in from the top. Like even with the handle, like you have to try to work them in from the top of his hand there. So that's just my suggestion at least. I'm sure you could figure out how to get them into his hands another way, but that's how I did it. But yeah, I'm struggling to figure out how I would pose a Batman with swords because it's very unique, very different from anything I've tried to do before. Maybe hold him like that. I don't know. I really don't know, but let's move on to his next accessory. Okay. Got the golden batarang in his hand as well. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. The bat on the batarang doesn't seem to have a head, but that's fine. I like how it's gold. It's kind of weird to put in his hand because it's like, how's he going to hold that? So maybe he's just kind of holding it, waiting to throw it or something. I don't know. Very cool. But yeah, let's give you guys a closer look at the accessories in detail. Swords, you can see them up close. You can see they've got very nice paint and detail on them. Looks like they've got spikes here, so maybe you could punch with that. That's very cool. So kind of like a brass knuckles type thing. I like that. They're kind of almost pirate style swords. I don't know. That's just kind of what I think of when I see these. It's like the curved blade and the handle guard like that. I don't know. Maybe that sounds dumb, but that's what I think of. So yeah, both swords look the same. Very nice sculpt. Very cool looking. So let's check out his batarang. Here's the gold batarang up close. It's, all one color. It looks like it's just sculpted in gold plastic, but it does have those two sculpted lines into it in the middle. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, cool batarang. Not much to say about this one, but it's got those two lines in it you might not have been able to see until now that we're looking at it in detail. So he's actually got two more accessories that I've got to get out of the box. Okay, so I got his other two accessories out of the box. The McFarlane DC figure stands are very necessary. You can see my fingerprints on them. That's fine. But yeah, they're very necessary, especially for this guy. I have him leaning up against the cardboard box there because he couldn't stand up. So definitely will be using this. So I'm glad that they include these with every figure. What also comes with every DC Multiverse figure is the trading card. And I really like this one. Kind of original artwork there of the Batman. He's got Gotham City in the background behind him. Very cool. Batman designed by Todd McFarlane. Back here we've got the data file, if you want to pause that and read that. But yeah, very, very cool. So I enjoy these cards as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all of his accessories. So let's give you guys a closer look at this Batman. Okay, so for a comparison, I thought it would be fun to bring in my other DC Multiverse Batman figure. This is the one from Detective Comics number 1000. Yeah, if you put these guys next to each other, they look pretty good next to each other. This one's a lot more cartoonish, and but I really like this one, and you know that if you've seen my review for it. But this guy, they're very different, so it's hard to compare them, but yeah, they do scale pretty well together. This guy's a bit bigger and taller, but yeah. And I showed in this review that these DC Multiverse figures do not scale with Marvel Legends figures at all, unfortunately. So, yeah. So let's get on to my finishing touches on this Batman review. So for my finishing touches on this review, I would highly recommend this figure. It's got a lot of good detail. It's a little bit difficult to try to figure out how to exactly pose it because it's just such a different Batman than, what I'm used to. But I would definitely recommend it if you can find it for a good price. I always like to recommend Dorkside Toys. They've always got stuff on their website up for pre-order. So I'd recommend ordering it from there instead of paying, the prices on eBay or Amazon because they get a little bit crazy. But yeah, I highly recommend this figure, and I'm really enjoying these DC Multiverse 7-inch action figures. They're a lot of fun to collect, and I've been really enjoying starting collecting a new line. So if you guys have been enjoying these reviews, please consider leaving a like. That would be greatly appreciated. If you like DC Multiverse McFarlane action figures, like I said, I'm just kind of starting to get into the line, but I collect plenty of other different types of toys, plenty of other different toy lines, different types of action figures. So if that's your thing, if you like toy reviews and toy collecting, then that's what my channel's about. So please consider subscribing if you like those sorts of things. And yeah, hope you guys really enjoyed. I hope you found this review helpful and enjoyable, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.